When you think about medical tourism and you want to go abroad to get things like veneers, you might think about places like Turkey, Vietnam or Thailand. But have you considered China?
China!
When it comes to medical tourism, China is actually severely underrated for many reasons, including technology, qualifications of the doctors, affordability and the speed of the process. This is a brand new hospital that just opened up in the Huangshan region, and it's the Huangshan International Dentist Hospital. And today I'm going to take you inside, show you the whole process and show you why you may want to consider China if you're going abroad to get your dentist work done. You guys may be considering a trip to China in general, but today is kind of my pitch on why you should do your dentistry here in China and have a holiday at the same time. This hospital is government funded, and the reason why the quality is so high here is because the competition is very high as well. China is obviously state of the art when it comes to AI technology. All of that technology is used right here. This hospital itself is in the Huangshan region. It's very famous among locals, but not yet foreigners, for the beautiful surrounding mountain scenery. So if you do come here, you can have a peaceful stay, you can get your dentist work done, and you can explore the famous yellow mountains surrounding, and they are absolutely beautiful. They're picturesque. It actually looks like a postcard. Now, when we all think of China, we think high tech. The same applies even to the dentist hospitals. Have a look at the inside of this place. So this is the main lobby, and you might actually think you've stepped inside a spaceship when you're inside here, but this is just the reception.
Now, you'll notice a bit of a reoccurring theme here throughout the hospital, and that is the fact that educational content is incorporated throughout the entire building. It's very China, but very cool.
So have a look at this place. It just opened, looking very futuristic. Full white interior, incredibly modern, and even the branding comes overhead here. You can have tea and coffee, I believe. This is the best part, essentially, is the specialist doctors. All of these guys have possibly the best credentials when it comes to dentistry and the most experience. They've done surplus of hundreds of sets of veneers, hundreds of surgeries. You're getting the best of the best doctors. These guys are way more experienced than most of the doctors, say in Thailand, Vietnam, probably Turkey as well.
Now, to give you guys a bit of context, I'm actually here to get a consultation for veneers. Ever since I moved to Thailand and started seeing all the beautiful hospitals, I got quite interested in medical tourism, especially when I hear how much people pay and wait for the exact same treatments in the United States, for example. I wanted to see how China compared to the West, but also to popular medical tourism destinations like Thailand and Vietnam and Turkey. And straight off the bat, the hospitality in China is what always surprises me the most. These guys were really nice to let me come in, film everything, and even give me a full tour of the facilities. So I'm going to show you guys the process when it comes to veneers, dental implants, and what else they might offer on site here. But also a bit later, we're going to get into prices so you know exactly what to expect before coming out here.
Ni hao. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, this is me getting a 3D scan from my bite data. By the way, the doctors here all have good English. The nurses have a little bit less, but they're actually really sweet and they do make a lot of effort. Plus, the doctor's always here with you, so it's really not an issue at all. Next was the CBCT scan, and this was a really good opportunity for Dr. Liu to let me know just how exactly messed up my mouth is.
You have the third molar.
Now, unfortunately, in my case, he did recommend against getting veneers at this time, and that's because I have a narrow upper palate. And I think that was a very honest recommendation because other dentists have offered me this treatment. So it looks like I'm probably going to come back at a later date for a palate expander. But don't worry, I'm still going to show you more about the veneer process at this hospital. Now, a big selling point at this hospital is the fact that you can get your dental implants or veneers in just 24 hours.
So guys, this is actually a reason why you can get your dental implants so fast, because straight away the data is sent right up here where all these guys are working very hard, as you can see, and they will make kind of mock-up designs on the spot straight away.
So these guys are using advanced AI to design and create your implants and veneers to make sure they're perfect before sending them on to the next stage.
They've actually just shown us where the veneers are made and the implants. Let's go have a look. And it all starts here. As you can see here, this is the material, these little discs, and the machine carves it out. And that would be zirconia, which is another word for porcelain. This is like a chocolate factory, but a tooth factory instead. And this is the sintering room. Once the tooth is cut out, it's then brought into here and it's grinded down with this material here. That grinds down the tooth. It comes out looking like this. It's obviously the shape of a tooth, but once it's done sintering, it actually looks like a tooth. Look at that. Hyper realistic and hyper good quality. The industry standard has been around a 10-year lifespan for these veneers, but these veneers, when you get them, it's for life. So you have them, you don't need to replace them after 10 years or whatever. These, you get these and you have good teeth for life. The next stage is the glazing room. You know this word?
No.
It's like a slang if you love something so much, you talk about it all the time, you're glazing.
It's like internet slang.
Yeah, internet slang. I didn't know this, but the teeth are actually painted, then covered with a coat. So this is a dental implant room. Clean, sterile room here for dental implants. Everything is brand new, super modern, and you have these beautiful mountain views. It's just a gorgeous hospital. It's the blood collection site. So a blood test is kind of mandatory to ensure overall health before getting any service here. I hate needles. So this right here is the VIP section. Let me show you inside. Now this is a completely private area, which means if you're a VIP customer here, you can actually get your own access through these private lifts, and you can come up here. Yeah, and this is your VIP waiting room. Look at that for a waiting area. But this section has everything, so you can actually get your own private CT scan here, your treatments. This entire section is essentially for the children. Oral implant checkup room, all super modern again, and a nice touch of nature. This is the periodontist room, hopefully I pronounced that right. If you've got any fracture or damage to your tooth. The oral and maxillofacial surgery room. So that basically means if you need a tooth pulled out. Endodontics room. I'm learning a lot of new big words today. This is essentially where you get your root canals and fillings.
Now, this section here is an entire area filled with games for kids and for adults, it seems.
Everything in China is always very educational. There's always an opportunity to learn. It's not brain rot, it's like educational content.
Some of these games are actually very well designed and addictive, but also quite difficult. As a grown man, I actually struggle to finish some of these games.
Oh,
Mini game.
this keeps going. You got mini games?
Now, this was the proper sit down with Dr. Liu, where we went over my x-rays, evaluated my situation, and gave me recommendations. So guys, I did not leave here completely empty-handed. I booked myself in for a teeth cleaning and a teeth whitening session. What I really liked was that everything was very comfortable and pain-free. There was no anesthesia used or numbing of the mouth. They even gave me a mouth spa, which I have never experienced before, but it was great. And here's a quick look at the before stage of the teeth whitening process, which I really needed.
There's no way to do that handsomely.
Just look at that smile. Again, very comfortable experience. There's not a lot of discomfort while doing this. The price is also pretty good. I think this took around 30 minutes, so a little bit boring, but they actually put on some music to help me relax and to help the time pass a little bit faster. I also got an EKG test here, so it just goes to show you how extensive this hospital is when it comes to looking after your general health. But now, let's get into the good stuff.
We're here with Dr. Liu, and maybe we could talk a bit about prices. So how much would the teeth whitening cost?
It may be cost $1.
Then what would the cost of veneers be?
$4.99 per teeth.
How long do the veneers take to make?
In our hospital, 1 day.
Just 1 day?
Yeah, just 1 day.
Very fast. And how about the dental implants? How much would they cost?
Single dental implants cost $.
For people that might need more than one dental implant, the all-in-one, which is the row of dental implants, right? How much would that cost?
It cost
Okay.
So guys, what do you think of those prices? For me, they sound very competitive. Now, I'm not from the States or Canada, but I have friends there and they always complain about the prices and the waiting time. And in comparison, they seem very competitive. In terms of my own experience, dental hospitals in Ireland, where I come from, just are nothing like this. And as I mentioned before, this hospital is government funded. In Europe, that might mean slower service, less quality, but here in China, it means unlimited resources, high quality, advanced technology, and the best doctors from an incredibly competitive Chinese market. But look, I'm not claiming to be an expert in this field by any means. I'm just sharing my experience, and I know with China being a hot destination at the moment, this may be something you want to combine with your upcoming trip. This part of the country is absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments how this hospital compares to dental hospitals in your city in terms of facilities and prices. I would love to know. And of course, make sure to follow me over on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook if you want to get more faster updates with all of my travels. And I encourage you to please subscribe to me here on YouTube because I do have a lot of interesting things planned in both China, Thailand, and a few more places. See you guys in the next one.